Hey, Jake! Look at this nugget. Pure gold.
Let me see.
Hey, give me that.
Hard luck, mister. You shouldn't have poked your nose in this.
Better pray for your mortal soul.
I'll pray for yours.
Ah!
find out soon enough. Here comes Mr. Hoffman.
What's the banker got to do with it?
Shut up and listen.
Why, that's Joe Benson.
Do I have to remind you, Sheriff, that Benson was a friend of mine?
He could also have been your enemy, not still hang the ones who done it.
Of course, if you capture them. Actions speak louder than words, Sheriff. Indian Creek has always been a town where you could raise a family in peace and quiet. And we aim to keep it that way.
Mr. Hoffman's right.
Yeah!
Benson, is that what you said?
Yes. They say he was a bit crazy. Of course, he was a prospector. But then I suppose all gold hunters are a bit crazy.
Not all.
Hope I haven't offended you. You're hunting gold?
Yeah. Only I don't need to dig it out of the ground.
They'll be in a hurry to pass on. Wait till I'm back. A funny man, our body snatcher.
Howdy, Mr. Piggott. What you doing in these parts?
My nice flowers. Who paid for them?
This burying's a real genuine deluxe one, yes, sirree. Why, that wreath alone's worth at least $20.
I want to know who paid.
When anyone buys a high-class casket and lays out silver dollars, don't matter. What is name?
Don't give me that. Who paid for this funeral?
I swear I don't know his name. Oh, please.
Come on, I want the man's name.
I tell you, I don't know.
Give me those dice over there. Just a moment.
Packing any other guns, mister?
That's right. A cannon. But I left it out on the stoop because it's too wide to come through the door. Cards.
Place your bet.
13, 19.
You ever see a run of bad luck like that?
bank
All I
wins.
know is if this keeps up much longer, I'll be cleaned out. You're not the only one, but we can't quit now.
The bank wins with 21.
Oh, no, you just can't win when the cards are running against you.
The cards are only falling the way the dealer wants.
I've been cheating, you mean?
Exactly. And now, mister, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to return every penny you swindled them out of. Half a minute. One minute.
And I'll give you just 1 second to apologize.
And let us confer.
I want to hear what you'll say to him.
But pistols are checked at the front door, Mr. Pickett. Did you forget that? People with short memories have brief futures.
But you and I are partners.
We're partners. That's a curious watch. It is not real silver. This one's made of lead. The silver one's for formal use. Hey! Truly, Pickett was surely a great bottom card dealer, but you see, you who caught him at it would have to be an honorable card shark yourself. So I challenge you to play a hand. A whole lot of cash. That is, unless you can break this for me. It's a letter of credit. For the amount of 20,000. That's how much poor old Benson wanted for that land of his. You really intend to pay for that land the price that madman had put on it? $20,000? He who buys sand does not build ramparts of stone. So says Confucius, the all-wise. Just because he's wise doesn't mean he knows about things like real estate. Your credit rating here is equal to this figure, Honorable Sir.
Fella's dangerous, Sheriff. I mean real dangerous. He means to make a lot of trouble. He ought to run that card shark right on out of Indian Creek.
Pipe down. Nobody tells me what to do in this town. Get out.
I haven't finished my drink yet.
Finish it somewhere else, Pickett. Out!
All right. Tough guy, eh? Be seeing you.
Why don't you let him go on?
Drunken Pickett.
Before you arrived, he was referring to a funeral.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows there was a funeral. Them gold hunters.
But he was talking about the other. The funeral of the ones who killed those prospectors.
Not too bad. For a beginner. One more hand. You're on. It's your deal. At 1,000.
Another 1,000.
You challenge me? 5,000.
That's a little bit rich for my blood.
But that letter gives you plenty of credit, more than you may need.
I'm short 1.
A king for you. A 10 for me. It's your privilege.
Bet 1,000.
1 plus 10 more.
No. It's your pot. Take what I owe and send the rest over to my hotel.
Confucius say, who visits you to bring you rice and flowers is your best friend.
He who sows much rice hopes to have bigger harvest. And it wasn't Confucius who said that. It was Sartana. Shame on you. You're about as sad a gunman as you were a crooked blackjack dealer.
What's going on?
Mr. Pigot's leaving town tomorrow. He thought the occasion called for a few fireworks.
You decided it's best to leave?
I decided.
You've advanced any money?
$2,000.
But to a man of your wealth, that's only pennies. You can be thankful it wasn't a lot more.
You wish to say this is false, huh?
I must say it was a clever fraud. There's no doubt that the fellow's a confidence man. You say he was negotiating with Benson, presumably for the purchase of that mining property?
He said so.
The fact is, Benson simply didn't own that property, though he said he did. He put the deed in his niece's name. A young and pretty schoolteacher. Anyway, that's the way Benson described her. By the way, she arrives today from Wichita.
Say, how long before the stage gets here?
Ought to be here any minute now. Hey, you reckon Pigot's gonna leave?
Couldn't say. Anyway, I think I ought to go pay a call on him.
Pay a call?
Yeah, it might be real edifying to hear about his problems. Yesterday he had a chat with you. My turn today.
Some chat that was. Whoa.
Hey. Hey, you. Which house is Pigot's?
That one down.
You weren't too stupid, Pigot. Only someone was obviously smarter.
Benson?
Yes.
Permit me. I'm the banker, Hoffman. You've heard my name, miss? Your uncle was my best friend.
He was. Uncle Joe? You're saying he's been killed?
If you like, I'll unpack you.
No, thank you. I prefer to be alone. Excuse me.
I sympathize. Well, if you need anything at all, be sure to call me.
Smoke bother you?
Whoever you are, get out of this room before I start screaming.
Well, that'd be a mistake. You don't have so many friends here that you can afford to throw one away.
I don't know you.
I was Benson's best friend.
Another? Well, you're the second I've met since I've come here.
Everybody liked old Joe around here.
Not quite everybody, considering the way he died.
Bad folks as well as good ones. Among friends, too.
He had only enemies in Indian Creek.
You're smart, trusting no one. However, in case you're interested, I'm not from around here. I only came to the funeral.
My uncle's funeral?
Not his. His killer's. I executed him, and so I had to bury him. I have an old habit of doing that.
You took revenge, didn't you?
Hardly. They were only hired to murder Benson. Before you can take revenge, you gotta find out who paid them.
Was that what your intention was?
But now you're here, I have a different one.
Well?
I aim to help you.
And just what makes you think I require it?
Oh, I brought you tea.
You're more than kind.
Weren't you speaking with someone?
No. You're imagining things.
Have a cigar, mister. It may be the last you'll ever smoke. Hands up! And don't move. I'd say that was a big mistake.
Don't shoot, mister, don't shoot. This wasn't my idea. They paid me.
Who?
If I tell you, promise to let me go.
Amigo, that was a real old trick, but it don't work. On Colorado Joe.
Never heard of you.
This is your last chance to get to know me. I've got you trapped. There's no way out of here.
My dear Abigail, you're young and you're pretty. Indian Creek, I'm afraid, has little to offer you. I'll be frank, the Southwest is not for you.
Meaning I'll never get any return from that land.
I'm surprised that your uncle had led you to believe otherwise.
Oh, no. He kept saying in every letter the wisest thing would be to sell.
What price?
He never mentioned one. Then he telegraphed me to hurry to Indian Creek.
I must say that you're a very fortunate girl. You're the proprietor of nothing but acres of sand. However, since those acres happen to adjoin my own, I'm willing to take them off your hands. And in consideration of the deep affection I felt for your uncle, I'm prepared to pay a rather exaggerated price. $10,000, which is 3 times the real value of the land.
Oh,
Don't bother saying that.
No, I was thinking he must be crazy. I mean, if you really meant it, he's certainly crazy.
You're referring to?
A man called Sartana made an offer to pay $20,000.
20 he'll pay, eh? An impressive sum. I'm not surprised.
You know Sartana?
Well enough to be on my guard with him. In case he decides to pay you with a letter of credit, you bring it to me before you decide to put your name on it.
What do you mean?
I know that piece of paper.
Say, Undertaker, what do you charge for a real nice funeral?
$10, that's the lowest cut rate. Each one, I mean.
I'll give you 20 each corpse. For the best funeral, pretty flowers.
Fresh ones?
Fresh. And plenty of them, too.
Mighty generous of you burying those hellers, yeah? But you gotta prove to me they was killed legal-like.
The proof is in your office. May I?
All right. Blackie, ever see any of these 3 in Indian Creek before?
Me.
Here's the proof, Sheriff. Looking at the brighter side of things, the bounty money will go a long way towards recouping my expenses, including the 3 funerals. Long Harry, $500. Red Dwyer brings 1,000. Jimmy Burt, another 500. Colorado Joe would mean 2,000 more. Not a pity. Too much work to dig down to him.
Do you always come in through the window?
The doors are too noisy. You have to knock on them. No one who saw her with this would consider Abigail defenseless.
Still, I'd hate to do without the assistance of a real man. I mean you. But I can't help wondering why you bother.
I already told you. In memory of a dear friend.
How strange. I thought you might have had quite a different reason.
You're not far wrong. I'm doing it for a friend, but also for you. The more I think about it, the more it's for you.
This unworthy one has totaled the night's receipts, if Honorable Master wishes to check.
Did good business this evening, huh?
If you're here to collect the rest of that 20,000, you'll do better if you are to pay me back my 2,000. The banks don't pay on letters of credit that are false.
So says Confucius?
No, so say Hoffman, the banker.
I thought you were a smart man. Suppose he really does want to buy that land. In refusing to accept the letter of credit, he eliminates his rival.
Mm-hmm. What would a banker want with a sand pile? Hmm?
Those who don't want to build ramparts of stone. Here's your 2,000. Please, I'd like that letter of credit. False or not, I'm anxious to have it back anyway.
Three you brought in yesterday, eh?
Must have overlooked the flowers for that funeral. Not a single flower. Blackie, I promise you a funeral too. A real one.
Oh, Miss Eliza.
What is it?
Blackie's hiding in the storeroom.
Wants to see me?
He recognized me. Sure as shooting. I ain't staying in Indian Creek.
What are you telling me for? Expect me to turn your star in for you?
What I need is money to get as far from Indian Creek as possible.
No, Blackie. If you don't want Sartana to take your scalp, you better kill him first. And after you've done it, you'll have money enough to make it worth taking any risk at all.
Blackie. Now, that boy's one of my deputies. No witnesses outside of you. That ain't real evidence.
And don't take my word. But before you swear in a new deputy, you better check his references. Hey, barman, pour me a drambuie.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't a shot of rye go better at this hour?
You heard me. Extremely refreshing.
You have a match, fellow?
Psalm 49. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. Let the 49th Psalm be a warning to you. And you should give thanks too, Blackie, because you're still alive. But perhaps not for long unless you talk.
Blackie! I want the name of the man you work for.
Go to hell, you bastard!
You got time for contemplation? While we wait, let's have some music.
clear, but hurry.
You'll have to show me proof that he tried to bushwhack you. If you expect to beat the hangman this time.
I needed him alive, not dead. Bad luck for me. No, this funeral I don't pay for.
Humble abode, in the words of Li Tung.
Who?
He's a Chinese gambler who's a bad copy of Buddha, meaning he's very round and fat.
Anything to report?
No trouble.
Doesn't it make you nervous surrounded by such men?
This is pretty rough country, my dear, and even hard cases like them are needed. I know, Abigail. Of course Sartana's proposition intrigues you. And I can understand how, although you know he's a swindler,
Now,
you
wait,
can...
Mr. Hoffman,
No, you don't owe me an explanation. The land is yours, and you are perfectly free to do whatever you wish with it. However, I don't want to risk having that individual as my neighbor. Meaning that I'll pay you the same price he offered to pay.
$20,000.
The difference being that my offer is a legitimate one.
It's much too generous.
Don't mention it.
I'm sorry, but I have to tell you that Sartana has withdrawn his offer.
Withdrawn? Presumably a shortage of cash.
No, because the gambling house owner, you know who, don't you recall you mentioned him a while back?
Li Tung.
That's
yes.
right. He made an offer on the land, too. Twice as much.
How much?
$40,000. It's like $1 million, in my opinion.
You are a genius. Or perhaps a witch who casts a spell over every man you meet. I offered 10 to begin with, but Sartana then doubles that offer. And now the Chinese comes along and doubles that. My dear Abby, my only hope at this point is to beg you to put your money in deposit here in our bank.
These dice are loaded.
Yeah,
dice are loaded.
Yeah, they did feel kind of funny.
You can tell they're crooked just looking at. Give me them cubes.
All right, here they are.
He was cheating.
Put them to any test you want.
I want to test a pair of dice you switched on us.
These are the same dice.
Then they must be lying. Then he called you liar. Get out!
I'm afraid I'm unable to resist the chance to sound the gong.
Come on, get back to your table.
And don't come back!
All right, gentlemen. There won't be any more interruptions.
All right.
Now that we got rid of those drunks. Play is resumed. All tables are open. Place your bets, gentlemen. Place your bets. Cashier will change your money for you.
Those dice are not loaded, whether you believe it or not.
My cards are, but not for cheating purposes. The deal is strictly on the level. All you have to do is turn up your card.
What card?
I'm talking about that one.
Get up, you.
Evidently, I owe you my life.
What would Confucius say about this?
The great one has said, the cat that saved the mouse from the claws of the tiger was famished.
Not as famished as the tiger.
True. You know what to bring, Chung. Now the hyena will tell us who is the tiger. This is known as the Chinese shoe. The wearer can't normally bear the pain for more than a few minutes. It means, of course, that you are crippled for the rest of your days.
Fix him up and get rid of him. He doesn't know near as much as I can tell you about this. This will surprise you. That land is the cause of it all.
Shave and a mustache trim?
It was too close a shave last time.
You know my motive in bringing you here to the bank?
I can imagine why. Perhaps I'm wrong.
I owe you an apology, sir. I committed an error and I wish to rectify it. I refer to that letter of credit which was brought to me by Li Tung. That was yours, wasn't it?
It was.
You see, I didn't pay it because it appeared to be false, and frankly, I made an error. So now I'm ready to pay.
There's sure to be a condition attached to this.
One only. You leave Indian Creek immediately upon receiving the money. Looks like it's your error this time. This is not the same letter.
Whatever makes you think that?
The amount. $100,000, this stipulates. The letter brought me by the Chinese, the amount was 20. That was the one I meant to cash.
You're trying to say that the other was genuine and this is false?
That's not the point, sir. You see, the truth is, our total deposits hardly reach that figure.
I call you. If this letter of credit is false, then the other must also be false, and that one, if you're interested, has been cashed by the Chinese, on condition that I remain here in Indian Creek.
In which case, there's no more to be said, Sartana.
Wrong. There's still one thing. And you'll find it in the Bible.
Likewise, the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Read this. The Bible seems to be giving me a warning.
That man's beginning to terrify me. What's the use of trying to hide it? I know you're afraid of him, too.
Was it our brave sheriff who's been filling your head with these idiotic notions?
I'm not afraid, but I'm not crazy either. You must be loco if you think you can buy Sartana off. Did he agree? Tell me!
His price was much too high.
You should have paid him off.
And should I have paid off Benson?
Benson was no Sartana, that poor old vulture. Fancy, all you had to do was fill his pockets plumb full of lead. But Sartana, oh no. How many have already tried? And where are they now? Big Red, Colorado, all the others. Sure, I'm scared of Sartana, I admit it. After all, he's a whole lot smarter than we are. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have found out there's gold on Benson's land. The two of us, we've had enough of this. We're all washed up. Him and me, we're getting out while we're still alive. Use your head, you
Touch her again, there'll be trouble.
Are you, by chance, forgetting I'm the boss?
Too many been killed already, and for what? You made me pull the trigger on Blackie. You made me blast Sam Piggott. So they paid. And what did it buy us, you bastard? Nothing! That's what?
You better stop behaving like an hysterical old woman, Sheriff. I'm getting pretty bored with the two of you. It's my own fault. Taking those partners. Now you listen to me. So far, Sartana's had incredibly good luck. Meanwhile, the two of you have shown yourselves to be totally incompetent. So now I'll tell you the best way to rid us of this individual. And make sure that this time you don't fail. You must send word to those brothers of Piggott's.
The Piggott outlaws?
Just say it was Sartana who murdered their brother. They'll take their revenge.
Sartana! We're the brothers of Sam Piggott!
May he rest in peace! Where's Sartana?
He's not here. You're wasting time.
I want to see his room.
You're making a mistake.
Watch the door. The horses! Ralph! Jim! Frank!
They lied to you. I didn't kill your brother.
Where are you? Don't shoot, it's me. Hold it, Elmo. We'll be killing each other.
What a wonderful idea. Give Sam my regards.
$20 each makes 80. Why are you giving me $100?
I need an extra coffin to give away.
Extra one?
Yeah, and the extra one's got to be first class. Make it shine like a mirror and make the handles brass.
Mahogany without knot holes. Lined in pure silk. I've got the very box you're dying for, Sartana.
It's not for me.
The man that brought it said, it's a gift for Mr. Hoffman.
You had to put the damn thing in here. Tired of giving funerals to Punch and Judy's.
He's only tired because he can't arrange funerals for those who maneuver the Punch and Judy's. That's what he means.
Speak for yourself. We stopped being partners.
As of when?
As of now. I only came out here with you because I want to get what's due me, or I'll be forced to use pressure.
You intend to skip town, Sheriff? Why should you? After all, Sartana sent this amusing gift to me.
Yeah. But with all the mistakes that are being made, I might even wind up in it.
It wouldn't really be a mistake.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Only that you're right. It's better that we don't take any risks. I know it would have been smart, but I don't keep firearms in there. Here are the detailed accounts of our partnership. Everything is listed right down to the last penny. I knew that this must happen, Sheriff, sooner or later.
You...
Yes. Inevitable, I'd say. Yes, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
That girl, Abigail Benson, She's not here any longer. She left town.
You're absolutely sure she's gone?
Of course I am. She said she was pretty disgusted with the violence that goes on in this place. This morning she left for Wichita.
Well, Abigail, have you reconsidered?
I never imagined you'd adopt such methods, Mr. Hoffman.
Do I have to remind you again that I'm acting only in your interest?
It's obvious that I'm your prisoner.
Prisoner? That's a brutal way of putting it when I only want to keep you out of the claws of those vultures surrounding you. Now, you must sign this bill of sale. Once you've signed it, naturally, you may go, but not before. You see, you're not taking into account the big risk you run while the land remains yours. Only I'm not going to let happen to you what happened to your late Uncle Joe.
In my opinion, it can't be that dangerous being the owner of some desert property.
But it isn't for you, because you're safe here in my house. Please, Abby, take all the time you need to think about this. And should anyone molest you, he'll be caught and hung by the neck.
You're no longer using the windows.
Well, they're being watched more carefully than the doors. I gotta get you out of here. I haven't much time. Now listen, the sixth time I fire means the coast is clear. Don't worry. He's only sleeping. Down there, at the end of the corridor, there's a door. Opening out on the rear of the house. Before you go out, be sure to wait, like I said.
You'll leave with me?
Nope. I still have your hotel bill to settle.
Sounds like it's coming from out there.
Let's go outside and see.
Bodyguards you are. Bunch of nitwits.
But we've been following your orders exactly.
Silence! Did I order you to let yourselves get tricked? They must still be on the grounds. Check the stables and search the gardens. Stop right there. And don't reach for that pistol.
If you're planning to follow anyone, I'm afraid you're a little too late.
The important thing, in my opinion, is that you arrived punctually. You. Search him. Leave us alone. My guest and I are going to have a very private conversation. Oh, one moment. If you hear me fire, don't let it worry you. I wonder if I could presume on you to move that screen. Your present came in handy. That was too good for him. He was a hyena.
The two of us are in perfect agreement on that.
The murder of Joe Benson can be laid at his door.
Don't sound right to me.
Naturally, it's not true, but I'll say that in my testimony. As I'll also say that having learned the sheriff murdered Joe, you plan to avenge the crime because old Joe is your friend.
So I killed the sheriff?
No, I would say that he drew his gun and killed you before you could go for yours, so I shot him down.
The things people say.
What do you expect? Let's see, the sheriff killed you, I said, but he failed to settle accounts with me, and I was also a friend of Benson's. You obviously decided to avenge Benson, and I avenged you. I rest my case.
I'm impressed. The perfect crime, huh? Do you mind if I smoke this?
Please do. Would you have me deny anyone a cigar when he'll never smoke another after this one?
Thanks. You believe that story's going to take anyone in?
I'm quite sure they'll buy it.
Provided you have the time to tell it.
That trick won't ever work with me.
Huh? What a pity.
You won't shoot me.
Because I won't bend down and get it? I'm not that lazy, mister.
No. But neither are you that stupid. Can we do business at the figure we spoke about this morning?
Been a lot of water over the dam since then.
Then I'm ready to double it. 200,000 be more like it?
Not hardly.
All right, I'll go up to... Oh. I see what the point is. You're a gambler, and that's something I know very well how to cope with. You're going to be my partner. Half will be yours.
You know, it's funny. I have a feeling you're bluffing.
No. No, Look, I'm ready to turn my cards up. I'll show you. Come over here. I had an arrangement with the sheriff, a kind of partnership, you could say.
Partners in crime?
In any case, the profits were considerable. It's all written down here. Would you mind moving your elbow?
One moment.
What's the idea?
Did you or did you not say I should look at the account books?
Listen to me. You'll never be able to understand if I don't explain. In this book, there are only the daily accounts. Not worth bothering to look at. The book with all the details, like the cash position, is kept in the wall safe. I'll get it for you.
Ingenious.
And so?
I can only repeat what I've been saying. I won't discuss selling to you without Sartana present.
When the sage is misunderstood, he's less than nothing, says Confucius. I have already explained that we have no need to discuss, but only to sign names here. The price I offer is a handsome price.
You mean 10,000? That's a price I can easily refuse, without Sartana.
A young lady alone, it's difficult. A proverb of our people says, the wind caresses the willow that yields, and breaks the oak that resists.
Be very careful. The next one goes to the throat.
Confucius.
Forget it. Confucius won't get a word in edgewise this time. I'm talking. If you're about to use that argument, it means that you're even greedier than the banker was. Although you know the true value of that land better than anyone else. Now I'm going to force you to buy it, even if you don't want it anymore.
Also, you are a sage worthy of Confucius.
I think I should point out you're missing 1 0.
You mean 100,000?
For that land which is only desert sand and will never be productive. you may sign, Abby. And you pay her. Don't trouble yourself. I'll help you. I can count to 100,000 by ones. I'll join you in a few minutes. I still have something to say to the Chinese.
Don't be long.
Tell the truth. Do you really think it was such a bad deal?
No.
Well, that sure takes the weight off my mind. Even Joe Benson would be satisfied if he was here.
You are friends?
Not a bit. I was hunting him down for a man he defrauded. I wouldn't have killed him, but he sure would have learned a lesson before I got through with him. That's certain.
What are you saying?
That he was a big crook. May he burn in hell. He was the biggest confidence man the West has had the bad luck to attract. He specialized in selling off land that was really worthless, after faking evidence that there was a rich lode just waiting to be mined.
What's that? What do you say?
I'm not saying anything. You're the one who kept on saying it was a sand pile and nothing else. And you were perfectly right. Look. This is a sample of the gold that cost Benson his life. And I thought you were an invalid.
No, it's only that I'm a lazy man. Confucius say, cut down the tree that makes blackness at home, and the sun will return to the hearth.
Confucius in your place wouldn't waste his breath. You'd better rest. You're kind of beat down. I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Why not?
Mainly because you don't really want to kill me.
What else?
Simply that I don't let myself get killed.
Honorable Master, while Sartana was here talking with you, that young lady Abigail bought a horse and rode off with all the money.
What are you laughing for? That was my 100,000 that's been stolen. Only I made off, you hear?
Want to eat, ma'am?
Yes. And please water my horse.
Yes, ma'am.
That's Ram, boy. Try it. You'll need it. It might sort of sweeten the pill.
Those dollars are mine.
They're partly yours. What did Benson promise you?
Half.
Unlikely. Even his wife, his sisters, his cousins, his aunts, all together, they never got more than 10%. So why would he make an exception for a niece, Abigail?
10%.
Which way are you headed?
That way.
Yeah? Well, I'm headed the other way. Abigail! Take it. Another 10, Abby.
They're torn in half. Who'd cash them?
All that money's gonna burn holes in the gamblers' pockets. When I'm clean, I'll come looking for you with the other half. Wait for me.